Ongwin.
Hello.
All right. Can you hear me? Can you see me?
Yeah.
Right. So thank you for coming to class. And actually, if you can hear, it's raining in the Philippines now. It's summertime. It's raining already, and we have actually a storm.
Yeah.
We have a storm. All right. And how are you, Gwen?
I'm also good, and you?
That's great to know that you're doing good. I'm also doing good. Thanks for asking. All right. So do you still remember what we have done last time, Gwen?
We have to listening.
Yeah, we did listening, right? Last time. And what can you remember about the listening that we have talked about?
I talked about when mm, we listen about the
If you can remember, we talked about actually lost items, right? Do you remember that? Lost items?
yeah.
Yeah. So that's what we have talked about. All right. And for now, since we finished listening, it's time for us to go for reading. All right. Are you ready for the reading class?
Okay.
Very good. So for reading class, we're going to use. We haven't read about earthworms, right? So we're going to have day 7 earthworms. Okay. So
Yeah.
that will be our new topic for our listening, or for our reading. Just a second. I just have to take it. Can you see my screen?
Okay.
Right. Right. Good. So let's start now. Right. Can you read the title?
Lesson 7. A Earthworm Pass.
Good. So let's try to check vocabulary.
Earthworm.
Next. Next word.
Uh, fascinating. Fascinating.
Fascinating.
Fascinating.
Pet.
Pet
Worm.
worm.
Several.
Several.
Thrive.
Try.
Soft.
Soft.
Good. So let's continue reading the words. But before that, these are the Vietnamese translation. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Okay, continue. Growth.
Um,
Growth.
grow, grow,
Growth. Again, growth.
growth,
Again,
growth,
material.
material,
Leaves.
leaves,
Determine.
determine,
Decompose.
decompose,
Digest out.
digest out, out,
Cast. Cast.
last, cast.
Okay, good. So try to read the words here. These are the Vietnamese translation.
Okay.
Okay, good. Next word, enrich.
Enrich,
Damped.
damp,
Breathe.
breathe,
Through.
through,
tunnel,
tunnel,
penetrate,
penetrate,
sprout.
sprout.
Okay, good. So any words that you don't understand here?
No,
Okay, good. Next word, stretch,
scratch,
contract,
contract,
segment,
segment,
magnify,
magnify,
bristle,
crystal,
grip,
grip,
flashlight.
flashlight.
Okay, good. So there are many English words, okay, Ngwin? So I'll try to remember as much as possible. All right, next word, reaction,
Yeah. Reaction,
sensitive,
sensitive,
ignore,
ignore,
musical instrument,
musical instrument,
observe,
after,
okay, again, observe,
observe,
squeamish,
squeamish,
and usual.
usual, judo,
Okay, again, and usual.
unusual.
Okay, good. Now we're going to start reading. Okay, so these are earthworm. When have you seen an earthworm?
Yes.
Yes, right. So where can you find earthworms?
In the garden,
Sorry, in the
in the
garden. Yeah,
in the forest.
or in the forest. That's true. But technically, they are under the ground, right? So you can
Yeah.
find them. Yeah. Okay, so let's start reading it, Win. Can you read it slowly and clearly, please?
Earthworms make a fascinating pest. House your worms in a small box or plastic container. Be sure to collect
Several earthworms.
several earthworms because they thrive better in groups than alone or in pairs. Perhaps they got lonely. Fill the box with soft soil and plant materials such as
Materials.
leaf, grass, or vegetables. Try different plants to determine their favorite foods. Worms decompose plant matter, then pass the digested matter out of cast, which enrich soil and make it excellent for plant growth. Earthworms, uh,
Need to be dumped.
uh, earthworms need to be damped to break oxygen through their skins, but they will be
Breathe.
forced out.
Okay. Again, to read
Uh,
that. Earthworm needs to be dumped to breathe oxygen through their skins.
Earthworms need to be damped to breathe
To breathe.
oxygen,
Again, to
breathe,
breathe
damped to breathe oxygen,
oxygen,
through,
not oxygen. Oxygen.
oxygen through their skins, but they will be
Force out
forced out of water-filled
of
tunnel,
water-filled tunnels.
wat- water-filled tunnels, because they can't not breathe in them.
All right, good. So we continue.
Um, earth,
Ear-
uh,
Earthworm
also,
tunnels.
uh, okay, earthworms
Earthworm
tunnels,
tunnels
earth, earthworms tunnels loosen the soil, allowing
loosen the
water,
soil.
loosened the soil, allowing water to penetrate
To
and plant
penetrate, to
penetrate
penetrate, again, to penetrate,
the penetrate and
and
plants to sprout. Observe how worms pull themselves along by
themselves
stretch,
by stretching,
stretching and
contracting,
contracting their long uh,
segmented bodies.
segmented bodies.
Again,
Use
segmented bodies.
segmented bodies
Bodies.
bodies. Use a
Magnifying glass.
magnifying glass to find the four pairs of tiny bristless
Bristles.
bristles on
Bristles
each
with S. Bristles.
bristles on each segment. They use these bristles to have reached the walls of the tunnel
Of the
or the
tunnel.
tunnel or the soil above ground. Shine a flashlight on worms moving in the dark and notice their reactions.
Notice, not notice, notice.
Notice their reactions. They see with their skin, which is light sensitive.
Okay, good. Let's try to read some words again, Win, if you can read it correctly. So, can you say this word again?
What?
This word?
Uh, penetrate,
Good. Next.
stretching, stretching,
Stretching, not stretching.
stretching,
Stretching.
stretching,
Again?
stretching,
Good. Next word.
contracting,
Good job. Next word.
cemented,
Segmented.
segmented,
Again.
segmented,
Good job. Next word.
segmented, magnifying glass,
Okay, good. Magnifying glass.
magnifying glass,
Good job. Next.
uh, Bristol,
Bristles.
Bristol,
With S. Bristles.
bristles,
Okay. Can you read the sentence? Use a magnifying glass.
used a magnif-
Use a
magnifying glass,
magnifying glass.
used a magnifying glass to find the four pairs of tiny bristles on
Bristles.
segment,
Again, of tiny bristles.
Bristol,
Not bristles. Not bristles. Bristles.
bristles,
Not bristles. Bristles. Bristles.
bristol,
Again.
bristles.
Okay, good. On each segment.
On each segment,
Okay. They use this
they use these bristles,
bristles
bristles to have reached the walls of the tunnel or the soil
above the ground.
above ground. Shine a flashlight on worms moving in the dark and notice their
Again, it's notice.
notice
Again, the word. Say it, please.
notice
Good job.
their reactions. They see with their skins, which is light sensitive.
All right, good job. So try to remember. So earthworm have, okay, I mean, earthworm has a very sensitive skin. So they have a very sensitive skin, earthworms. Let's continue with it.
Um, Worms also react to some sounds but it ignore others. So try playing different notes to your pet worms using a musical instrument to see which they like. Gently pet the worms and observe their reactions. Don't be squeamish. Instead, enjoy this unusual pets.
Okay, good. Don't be squeamish. Instead, enjoy these unusual pets. Again,
What?
don't be squeamish. Read that part. Don't be squeamish.
Don't be squeamish. Instead, enjoy this unusual pets.
Okay, good. Now, let's try. I mean, do you understand the whole passage, Win? Do you understand it?
Yeah,
Do you have any question about the earthworms
no.
here? All right. So, what do you think of having earthworms as pets? Would you like to have one?
Uh, no.
Can you tell me why, even they provided, what are the good things about earthworms? Why would you not like to have an earthworm pet?
Because in the grill, the worms is really disgusting.
Disgusting. That's true.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, it's very yucky, right? If you're
yeah,
going to touch it, it's very soft. And have you ever touched an earthworm? Have you
yeah.
tried touching one?
Yes,
Hmm. Yeah, that's true. And it's really yucky, right? You don't like the feeling. So that's true. So I don't also like the feeling of the earthworm. It's very yucky, and I don't like the feeling too. And aside from that, what else? What are your other reason of not having a pet earthworm?
yeah. What?
I mean, what are the other reason? What are the other reasons why you don't like an earthworm as a pet?
Because I it very hard. It very difficult um to take care it.
Take care of it. Yeah, it's very difficult to take care of it. That's true. And if we're going to check that out, they have very sensitive skin too, so they cannot have flashlight. I mean, they cannot have light, right? So
Yeah.
it's hard to see it. So very good. All right, what else?
Uh, and I don't have time to take care it.
You don't have much time to take care of it. And actually, you're going to think how I'm going to take care of this earthworm. Do you have any idea how are you going to take care of these earthworms? Do you have any idea how to take care of them?
No.
No, right? So, unlike dogs, you can give them food, you can give them bath, right? You can walk them. What about worms? What are you going to do with worms? It's like can you show it to your friends? Hey, this is my pet. Okay. So it's not it's a thing that you can't do, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, okay, good. So let's try to go. For this particular part, we're going to have like a grammar talk here. So let's check. Just easy. All right. So we are talking about past continuous tense. So past continuous tense, can you read it? The past continuous.
Past continuous tense. The past continuous describes actions or events in a time before now. which began in the past and were still going on when another event occurred.
Occurred. Okay. Occurred.
Occurred.
Okay, good. Okay, so this is the format, as you can see, right? So, for example, Nguyen was watching TV. So you can make the sentence that way. So these are the usage. Can you read it? The past continuous.
The past continuous can shed light on what was happening at a precise time in the past.
Okay. Example.
At 6 o'clock yesterday, I was eating dinner.
Very good. So that is how you make that kind of sentences. Right. Good. Number two.
Number two, to describe an unfinished action that was interrupted by another event or
Event.
action, event or
Event.
action,
Again. Event.
event,
Not event.
event,
Event.
event, event or action. Example, I was having a beautiful dream when the alarm clock rang.
Okay. Alarm clock rang. Okay. Good. So to describe an unfinished action that was interrupted. Okay, so the guy or someone is sleeping, then something happened. So I was having beautiful, or I was sleeping when she knocked the door loudly. So I was awake. So do you understand, Win?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Number three.
Number three, it can also refer to a habitual action in the past.
Okay, so it can also refer a habitual action in the past. Can you read the example, please?
Uh, Example, she was talking
She
constantly
was
in class.
talking. Okay, again. She was talking
She was talking constantly in class in those days.
in those days.
In those
Days.
days.
Okay, good. So as you can see, she is talkative, right? Maybe there is something that you used to do before and now you don't, right? So that's how you put like a continuous, past continuous. So you can put that in past continuous since it's in the past. Now no more, so you can write it that way too. Right? Another number four
Yeah. Uh, what
with
uh,
wonder,
for which wonder
not which
to
with wonder.
with wonder to make a very polite request. Example, I was wondering if you could babysit for me tonight.
Okay, with wonder to make a. I was wondering if you could babysit for me tonight. All right. So if you're going to ask, I was wondering if you can go to this place, then fetch water for me. So you can do that way. I was wondering. And do you know the other ways to request politely when? Do you know what are other ways to request politely?
What
Do you know what are the other ways to request politely?
um please
Yes, that's right. So please, can you please help me? All right. And also another way to ask politely is we're going to use the word could you? Could you? Like this one, it uses the word could you. So if you could, So that's how you request politely to use the word could instead of can you open the door? Okay, you say could you open the door for me? Could you? So it's a polite way of saying the request. Do you understand, Gwen?
Yeah.
All right, good. So let's continue now. All right. So use your own ideas to complete the sentences. Use past continuous.
Okay.
Okay, number one.
Uh, One math phone where we was eating.
Okay, Matt phoned while we. Okay, okay, we were having dinner or while we were eating. Okay, so good. Next, number two.
The doorbell rang while I was cooking.
Okay, good. When I was cooking, you can say that way as well. Right, good, good. Right. And for example here, when I was having a shower, this is what I'm thinking as well. When I was having a shower, the doorbell rang. So what will you do? I mean, just imagine, you're alone at your house. Do you have doorbell? When do you have doorbell in the house?
Yes.
Okay, what if you're taking a bath and someone um rang the doorbell? What would you do?
Uh, we will
Are you going to make your shower quick? Will you just take a bath quickly and put your clothes immediately, or are you let will you let the person ring the bell and you just take your time taking a shower? What would you do?
uh I I think I will wear the clothes.
Okay, sorry, you're going to wear clothes immediately.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Then you're going to open the door. Yeah, maybe if that will happen to me, um, assume that I own the house. If that's my house, and no one lives but only me. Okay, I'm
What?
solo. I mean, imagine that you own the house. It's your house, and someone knock on the door. Okay, for me, I mean, if that's the case, I won't rush my shower. I mean, I will let that person wait outside. Yeah, for me. Maybe because maybe hey, respect if I'm not here. So kindly wait for me or just wait for yeah, I understand your part that we have to rush. Maybe there's emergency, right? Maybe there's an emergency that we have to go in the door. That's true. Yeah. Right. Thanks. Number three, Nguyen, can you answer that or can you read it?
Number three, we saw an accident when
We
we saw an accident while we was
we was
driving
we was
we was driving.
very good while we were driving. Good job. Or this one said that while we were waiting the bus. But I think I like more while we were waiting for the bus. Okay, it should be for the bus. But I like your sentence more that we saw an accident while we were driving. So I think that's better. Number four.
Um, Number 4, Anne fell asleep while she was studying.
Okay, good. Anne fell asleep while she was studying. I think that's a good sentence. Or this one was reading the paper. Okay, good. Next, number 5.
Um, Number 5, the television was on, but nobody was watching it.
Okay, the television was on, but was
Nobody
watching.
was watching.
Okay. Okay. The television was on, but nobody was watching it. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So any question about here, Min? Everything clear?
No.
Okay, good. Now
Yeah.
it's time for us to answer this reading.
Um. One. How does the author feel about worms?
Okay, how does the author feel about worms? What's your
Uh,
and what's your answer?
um. I think it. Uh. B.
What's that? What's the answer?
Uh. Interested and enthusiastic. On.
Enthusiastic. Okay. Interested and enthusiastic. Can you say that?
Interested and
And
enthusiastic.
enthusiastic. Can you say it again? Enthusiastic.
Uh. Enthusiastic.
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 Okay, again. Interested and enthusiastic.
Interested and enthusiastic.
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 Okay, good. Okay, great. Next number, you're correct for number 1. Number 2 now.
Number 2, what does light sensitive skin do? Um,
Light sensitive skin. What does it do?
um, we, mm, A, D,
What's that?
D, it covers their skin with ice.
Okay, so it's skin of ice.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, actually the correct answer here is actually the correct answer is letter A. If
A,
you're going to read that part, okay, have you seen that part? Okay, they see with their skin, but it doesn't mean that with they see it's like it's their eyes. Okay, it's not the case. But here, um, if you can read it here, like worms also. Sorry. They see with their skin, which is light sensitive. Okay, meaning
yeah,
to say that shine a flashlight on worms and warming. So meaning they are reacting to light. Okay, they react. Okay, worms. Okay, react and notice their reaction. Notice their reaction. Okay, so they are they move a lot for sure. They will move a lot for that case. Okay, so
yeah.
that's why they're reacting. Okay, next. Let's go to the next part. We still have time.
Uh,
Oops. Okay, number three. Sorry, I already shared the answer. But number three, can you see? Can you read the question and tell me the answer to?
which sense does the
Census.
author which senses does the author
Does the
suggest
author?
you, you test author suggest you test on your worms?
Okay, which census does the author suggest you to test on your worms?
D.
E. All of the above. So touch. Does it says that you touch the worm? Does it say touch the worm in number four? Sorry, in the text, does it say touch the worm or feeling the skin of the worm? Does it say in the passage? When?
Yeah. Touch. I think uh n- sound. No.
Okay,
Uh,
actually there's none here. Okay. So actually the only answer is letter B. First, they already talking about the light. Now it also suggests. That's why what does the author suggest you to test? So okay, it says here like uh, it says right, try playing different notes to your pet worms using a musical instrument to see which they like. All right. So they are also reacting to the sound. All right. Next, number four. Kindly read it, Min.
um, Number four, from the content of the passage, what is the meaning of decompose?
All right. What's the meaning of decompose?
Uh, this is C.
Okay. What is
C.
letter C?
Yeah,
What is
letter
letter
C.
C, Min?
To hold or grasp.
Okay. To hold or grasp. Actually, the meaning of decompose is actually to decay or break down. As you can see, worms decompose plant matter and pass the digested matter out as gas. So they're going to eat the plant, okay, the died plants, the plants that are that died. So they're going to eat that. Then they're going to bring it out, and the soil is softer. Okay, the soil will be softer, and the plants can easily move its roots underground. So that's why they're very important. Do you understand, Gwen?
Yeah,
All right. Okay. I remember I saw a very big earthworm. If you can see my fingers, you can see my fingers, right?
yeah.
The worm is as big as this. Can you see
Mm,
this? My thumb,
yeah.
and long like this. Have you seen
Oh,
one?
yes.
Have you seen that before? So we are doing gardening during the time. We have gardening, and I saw big, actually even thicker. Even it could be like this even. Could even like this, so they could be fat as that. So and it's very very long. It's a oh, this is really scary. It looks like snake. So that's the case. So I mean for me, wow, does look like
Mm,
it. It looks like snake. So yeah. So
yeah.
it's quite scary, truly. All right. Okay, fill in the blank. Okay. So
Okay.
try to guess what word is being referred by the sentence. Can you read number 1?
One, you can House your worms in a small box or plastic container.
Okay, you can house your worm is a small in a small box or plastic container. So so
In true,
okay, it's true. Very good. Next, number two.
you should keep only one worm in your collection. False.
Why? Because what
Uh,
is the correct answer?
be sure to collect several earthworms.
Several, right? That's true. And it says here, right? Several because they thrive better in groups than alone. Right. Number three,
Earthworms' favorite food is plant material.
material. Plant material.
True,
Your answer is true. That's correct. Right. Number four.
they breathe by the skin so they can live into water.
So they
False,
can, okay, leave into the water. Okay. Your answer is true.
false,
Actually, it's false. Okay. So you can see here, earthworm needs to be dumped to breathe oxygen through their skin, but they will be forced out of water filled tunnels because they cannot breathe in them. So they breathe by their skin, but it doesn't mean that they can live or they can breathe in water. Okay, so they dump
yeah.
out. Okay, they can be wet, but it doesn't mean that they can live in water. Okay, number five.
Number five, uh, worms pull themselves along by stretching and contracting their long.
I mean, yeah, they're long segmented bodies. I mean, that should be the sentence.
True, true.
Okay, that's true. Very good. And last, number six.
They see with their skin, which is light sensitive. True.
Very good. That is true. Nice one, Win. Give me a high five. Good job.
Yeah.
All right. Nice one. Nice one, buddy. All right. So it's already time. And that's also, we're also finished with the passage. So thank you very much for coming to class. No assignment for the moment because you have read it good. All right. So thank you very much for coming to class, Quinn. And let us see each other
Yeah.
again next Monday. All right.
Yes. Bye.
Okay, so thank you, Win, and see you next Monday. Bye bye now.
Yeah. Bye.